Hey everybody, what's it, Fox Gaming here. I've got a brand new PvP build video for you today. Now this build I've just put together today. This is a direct response to I'm going to say the massive success of my previous video. If you haven't watched it first, I'll link it in the description. You will want to catch that first because this is a counter to that build. But I essentially created a build that utilised InSync with the linked laser underbarrel attachment that you get from Technician to pulse enemies. And we're getting Spotter as well, which is a big damage buff. And we were using the Striker Drone and the shield to proc in sync in conjunction with even more damage from either Intimidate or Companion on our backpack. So that build, I've been destroying with that build. I was really happy when I created it. I got it out for you guys as quickly as I could, and that video gained so much attention from you all that Patrick Wolf himself actually took the build and posted it on his own channel to a much bigger audience. So super thankful for you guys. You've been fantastic since I started this channel. I've hit over 1,000 subscribers in just over a month. You know, I'm eternally grateful. I really appreciate it, so thanks for that, guys. The whole point of this channel was I've always got some build ideas that I don't see too often, and I want to get them out there, help diversify the builds out there and help out the community in that way, and you guys have helped me achieve that. So yeah, honestly, so much appreciation. So yeah, check that build out first if you haven't seen it, but if you have, I'll explain why this build counters it. So the main strengths of that build was Spotter, and because we can proc that all the time via the linked laser barrel that you get for this gun, or for any gun that has a long underbarrel rail. So this essentially pulses everything that we aim down sights at. We can essentially have Spotter up all of the time and give our team loads of information just because we're pulsing the hell out of everything. So it's great for you and your team. InSync gives us 30% weapon damage when used in conjunction with a skill. It's the most powerful weapon damage talent in the game, in my opinion. So we were using our shield to proc that and our Striker Drone to keep it active. What we've done here, and this has taken me a bit of farming today and a bit of theory crafting to come up with, so just bear in mind this is version 1 of the build. I probably will tweak it in the future when I get some better parts. This build is a direct counter to the new meta that yourselves and me have helped create. Kind of similar to how when I put that build out, the Adrenaline Rush Lady Death Intimidate build, you know, what I wanted to do was have all of the meta talents, the top tier damage talents, but incorporate a way to counter or give myself immunity to the way that people were trying to counter that. So in that case, that was Riot Foam and Burn immunity. So that meant that I could use all the best talents but be immune to the ways that people are countering it. So it's a great counter build. This is exactly the same. I'm still using the really strong combination of InSync and Spotter with that underbarrel, but what I've done is countered that build in 2 ways. And it's a bit weird that I'm countering my own build just half a week after I created it, but you know, I'm happy with that. That's awesome. So first of all, we are making ourselves pulse immune, which means that our enemies cannot utilize Spotter against us, and they can't see where we are a lot of the time, which is another little strength, which is why this build is really good. The other thing we're doing, so we've swapped out the drone for the EMP jammer, is we're breaking down all of their skills, because there are a lot of drones at the moment. You know, I'm seeing this build out a lot in Conflict today, so it's really taken off. By breaking their skills, they can't proc InSynced, so they're losing 2 of their biggest damage talents whilst we're retaining them, which means that this build is a really good counter to that new meta. So let's explain how we've done that. We are using 3 pieces of Jarl, which gives us 10% hazard protection, 5% weapon damage, and 40% pulse resistance. Now we already have 50% pulse resistance from our specialization tree. You get this in all specialization skill trees, by the way. It's in the bottom right. Just make sure you unlock it when you put this build together. So that's already 90%. The only way in game that you can hit 100% resistance is to also add 3 pieces of system corruption. The 2 piece gives us 15% armor on kill, which is actually really nice because I can guarantee you'll be getting kills with this build, even though it is a lower damage variant of my original build. But you're also getting the disrupt resistance to help you shield out, which is really important as well because your shield is the main source of InSync for this build. And of course the pulse resistance. The extra 40% on top of that 90 takes us to that 100 cap. So you cannot be pulsed. Because of that, what I've decided to do was remove 1 blue from my original build and replace it with 1 red. We have taken a hit on our critical hit chance and damage. If you remember from my original build, I was at about 58% chance and about 150 damage, so we've definitely taken a hit here. And that's no different to my Intimidate Hazard Immune build. But the strengths lie in being able to counter those people, output more damage to them because they can't proc their talents on you, and that makes up for it. But of course, adding in the extra red here, taking it from 2 to 3 reds, just, you know, a bit more weapon damage means we can fill that gap in. And even though, yes, we are less tanky, and no, we don't have any sort of survivability talents like Unbreakable, it doesn't really make a difference. Because you are not pulsed, one, your enemy is going to do less damage to you if they're running Spotter, and two, they're less likely to start the fight by shooting you because they're going to be pulsing everybody else and they'll see where they are and they'll be more inclined to shoot them first. That gives you plenty of time to just, you know, hit hard with these two talents and just break them all down. So that's how we're countering the two main strengths of that build that I put out. We're pulse immune and we're stopping them from proccing in sync whilst retaining those buffs for ourselves. Even though we're dropped down to 3 blue, our shield is actually tier 4 because Technician does give you 1 extra skill tier, which is really nice. So our shield is really tanky. But because this is your main source of in-sync, the best way to play it is, and this is certainly how I play it, you want to pop your shield up and empty your mag into an enemy. When you need to reload, drop your shield so it doesn't take damage, so you can sort of run around, chicken dance. When you're reloaded, bring it back out, thereby reprocking in sync and keeping your shield up for that survivability. So that's the best way to do that. The EMP jammer is purely there to get rid of all of their skills that will allow them to proc in sync. But it's also really effective at proccing it as well every 25 seconds. And the extra skill tier does buff the effect of this as well, so that's really nice. You want to spec every piece as I have done with this mask in critical hit chance and critical hit damage just to fill in the damage. I wouldn't worry about hazard protection here because you're going to lose too much if you do that, and that would make it a bit too all over the place. You want to be focusing on still doing a lot of damage. The downside to this build, apart from the fact that it's not hazard immune, and you know, every build that I create and that everybody creates has its weaknesses. The main downside for me was farming it. It is a pain to get these pieces, I will be honest with you. If you ever find good Jarl in the DZ, stick it in your stash because you'll never know when you're going to need it. Unfortunately, System Corruption and Jarl, the only pieces in this build, only come from PvP activities. The main source is the Dark Zone and the Dark Zone vendor. You also get them from conflict caches and from DZ caches. I don't think you can get them anywhere else, apart from maybe crafting, but then you'd still need to have gotten the parts from the DZ in the first place anyway, so just get in the DZ and get farming. You can run Vigilance here as I did in my original build. I would actually recommend that because you're pulse immune, you will be playing a lot more like flanky sort of plays. And as a result you'll be getting the first hits on your enemy, which means your Vigilance will be up for longer. But because I'm going to be solo queuing into a conflict game, my team won't necessarily know to sort of do that 3-1 split flank like me and my clan always do. So I'm going to play Companion. In my opinion, Companion is pretty much as good as Vigilance, as you can retain it for a lot longer. It just depends how you want to play it. As I said, this is experimental, this is version 1 of this build, and I wanted to get this out first, just like I did the original, because I want my followers to be, you know, ahead of the curve. So this is for you guys as a thanks. But if you've got any ideas on how to tweak it, let me know. Of course, I'll credit you if you ever come up with any new builds. You know, I'll always do that. I've already received some emails and some Xbox messages and whatnot with some new build ideas. I'm going to have a look at those and put those together over the next week, and of course be crediting the guys that have sent me that information. I'm still using the same weapons, the Police M4 and the FAL. The FAL is my all-time favourite and one of the best ARs in the game in my opinion. If you want to make up more critical hit chance and damage, you can use an SMG, but just bear in mind you will need to be closer range and therefore more likely to get gunned down by an Intimidate user, which is also meta at the moment. So I decided to go for the ARs because they're easy to hit headshots against other shield users, and trust me, since this build has got out there and blown up, you will see a lot of shield users now, so you want to be able to effectively land headshots. My choice would be an AR, such as what I have here, or an M1A CQB. One of my clanmates put together that build with the CQB and he destroys with it. It's the same, everything's the same, it's just obviously a rifle instead of an AR. So use what you want, you're not restricted here. You just need to have the long underbarrel rail so that you can attach that linked laser pointer. So let's queue into a game. Let's show you how well this works. So it's very strong to counter against, obviously, you know, the build that we put out a few days ago, but it's also really effective against the Diamondback / White Death users that run the Pulse drone that you get from Sharpshooter. For some reason, they've been really popular at the moment, so you know, that's been a really good sort of counter to that. Oh, look at this! I'm up against my own clan. Oh, this is perfect. This is going to be great. I can't wait for this. And I've caught this on live stream as well. Amazing. So I'm hoping that my boys are going to be running. They are. Spotter. Excellent. Let's see what we can do against them. I'm not going to get them in the party. I want this to be a true match. Yeah, so this is where the build is going to be strong. What you want to do is, you know, like all builds, you want to start with your strongest build, and if you notice you're coming up against some spotter guys or some Diamondback users with the pulse drone, switch to it at that point. For the purpose of this video, I am going to be obviously just using it from start to finish. I still can't believe I'm up against my own clan. That's amazing. I'm really looking forward to this. And I know these guys are going to hit hard. They are going to hit hard. They're not going to... They're going to gun for me specifically, so... we shall see what happens. If you are interested in joining our clan, by the way, we are of course open for business. We are called The Final Boss on Xbox only, so just search The Final Boss. Drop me a message if you want. When you join, I will accept your join request, but I will probably want to talk to you just to get a feel for the sort of thing that you're looking for. You know, just drop me that message, request to join, comment on YouTube, whatever's easiest for you. We'll get you in. I'll have a chat with you, see what you're looking to do, and go from there. Oh, I am not going to live this down, boys and girls. I'm not going to live this down if I lose to my own clan, so this is really important that I don't do that. So he is pulsed and I'm not. Oh, that snipe! Wow, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, he would have been trying to pulse me and he couldn't, and I could still pulse him. So you've still got that strength, you're still highlighting them for your entire team. So that's a bad start for me. He's going to be laughing his head off at that kill. I think I pushed a bit too far forward there, to be fair.
An agent needs assistance.
Let's get on the roof. Help my team out a little bit here. Where are they all? They're going to be sweating so hard against me. This is going to be horrible. Come on, boys, come out. Don't be scared, don't be scared. Surprised I haven't joined my party yet. Where are they? The thing is, they won't even know that this is for you guys on YouTube, so they're going to be, honestly, they're going to be sweating so hard. Oh, there we go, we've got the kill there. Oh, sorry boys, I left you a little bit. Let me come out and help this guy. Are they going to be sat in spawn? I hope not. That's not how I want my clan to be. I wonder if he's using it as well. He is? It's always good just to aim down sights as much as possible with this build and the original version, because you can... Oh, unlucky. But that was a good example. So that was my clan buddy there, the first fight. He definitely was using spotter. He couldn't do anything against me there. He got a bit of early damage, but his damage would have been so much lower than mine, even though his build technically has the ability to output more damage, and that's how you're countering it. You're just removing their, you know, the strengths that they're relying on. Yeah, I like it, I like it. To be fair, I think my team are carrying me here, which is interesting. Okay, they are pushing that boost.
Boost has expired.
The enemy doesn't turn this around.
Nice try, buddy. Ooh, he runs straight to spawn. Oh, wow, this my team is just sniping everyone. Ooh, that big boy snipe. Damn, that broke my shield in one shot. Fair play. Look at that melt. That was a big melt there.
A specialization supply drop has been arranged for you.
Oh, they've got red shield. This is where we win.
There's no pulling out. Keep fighting. There are no
Oh,
more
this
rogue
isn't fair. That's
reinforcements.
unfortunate that the spawn swap there.
Eliminate
I
your
don't. Massive, you need to fix that. It's naughty. Give conflict some love. But yeah, hopefully, like I've had a couple of 1v1s there where we've both gone in with full health, and they've had spotter, and I've obviously had this counter build, and you know, just hopefully that alone was enough to show you that this does work well if you come up against a team of pulsers.
Agent down. Rogue Stinger hive detected.
Oh, that was a lot of damage. Oh, that bleed's gonna kill me. No, 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 no.
Trauma detected. An agent needs assistance. Immediate
Oh, he had a
medical
breakable. No, he got saved by a breakable.
assistance needed.
That's a shame. Oh, last man standing. I'm curious to see the damage numbers here because they've had a really good sniper on their team and we've had the same as well.
Agent down.
Oh, okay. So my clan are representing me well here. See that, WFG? Nice. Good cleanup, good cleanup. Okay,
You won.
yeah. So that, you know,
Well done.
I'm hoping that game sort of showcased the build's capabilities there. Put it together yourself. I know it's a pain to farm for, but when you do, let me know what you think. If you do come up with any ideas of how to change it, this is, you know, version 1.0, brand new. Like my original build, I wanted to get this out first as well for you guys. So let me know if you want to make any changes. We're all in the same community. Let's help each other, and I'll get that one out and credit you for it as well. So we'll check out the damage. Oh wow, yeah, look at our Virginian guy. He destroyed. He destroyed. 522. I've got 11 million damage. Our top guy got 11 for 1 with 19 mil. So he kind of carried us a little bit there. That's fair. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much if you did stick through to the end. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.